Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be looking at the sum if formula. And here is the syntax for it. So this requires three things, which is the range, criteria, and subrange. If you have not watched this video on COUNTIF, I would suggest you watch that first. So let us look at the syntax for COUNTIF. So if I press COUNTIF, you will see it is the same, which is the range and the criteria. The only thing that is different is in the sum if is the sum range. So what is range? Range is first the list or the the collection where you're looking for the information. The criteria is what is it that you're looking for, and when it finds that, what is the sum that you want, the numbers that you want to add only for the matching item. So let us look at the scenario. Scenario, I want to find out the total or the sum of the total where the condition, right? So in this case, let's do it for region wise. I want to look for the south region. So this is my range, and the criteria that I want to look for is south. And then when it finds that, I want it to give me the total. So let us do that here. So is equal to sum if what is the range? So I select my range. So this is where it is going to look for the information, comma. What is it that I want to look for here? And again, like in COUNTIF, I'm going to put that in double quotes. SOUTH, comma. If you see the last one is the sum range. What do I want the sum of? I want the sum of the total. And if you see for all the south, what I have is 15,300. How do I verify this? I'm going to apply a filter. The shortcut key for that is Control Shift L, and I'm going to look for south. Click OK, and you will see we have the south. And if I select this range, you will see right at the bottom I get the sum, that is 15,300, that matches with what we have here. Let us look for another criteria here. In this case, maybe let's do for the payment methods. I want to find out the total based on the payment method of UPI. So I'm going to use is equal to sum if. Again, this is my range or collection where I'm looking for the information, comma. What am I looking for? In double quotes, UPI. Again, this is not case sensitive, so I can type it however I want. And then for that, the what do I want the sum of? I want the sum of the total. If I hit enter, 11,450. Now, if I want to make it dynamic, what do I do? So let's maybe take the example of product category. And I'm going to create a drop down here. So the shortcut key to do that is Alt A V V. It opens the data validation. And then I'm going to select. Right now it is going to allow any value here, but I want to create a list. So I'm going to click here, select a list. And what is my source? I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to select the source from the product categories. Click OK, and now I would have a drop down here. So whatever is the drop down that I select, based on that I want to get the total. So let's put the formula here. So is equal to sum if. What is the range? It is for product category, comma. Earlier what we were doing, we were putting in the criteria inside double quotes. But now where is the criteria going to come from? It is going to come from this cell. I'm going to have the drop down here from this cell, comma. When it finds that, I want to get the sum of the total. Now let's assume I want to find out the quantity. Then I'm going to select the quantity. I want the sum of the quantity. Then I would select this. But I want the sum of the total, so I'm going to select the total. Hit enter, and you will see naturally it is 0. Why? Because we don't have any criteria here. And as soon as I select, for example, electronics, you will see this is the sum that I have there. If I change that to books, I've got books. If I change that to beauty, I get the sum of the beauty. Similarly, like in COUNTIF, you can also use wild characters. Let's assume I want to find out the total for all those product categories which contain maybe contains an O. So how do I do this? Is equal to sum if, again the range, product category, comma. In my criteria, I'm going to use as no, double quotes, anything that contains. So it is going to be asterisk. So anything before O and anything after that. And then I'm going to close my quotes, comma. When it finds that, I want the sum of the total. And now you will see for all those products that contain an O. Again, how can I check this? I'm going to apply the filter. What was the shortcut key? Control Shift L. And then I'm going to go here and just type in O. And now it is going to give me all those products with O. And you will see I have this filtered. If I select it, you'll see 12,000, sorry, 127,000 or 1,27,650. That is what we have here. And now if I want for products that begin with O, what will my criteria be? I'm going to click in my formula bar. It is going to be O, begins with O. So anything after that. If I want ending with O, then I'm going to put star and I'm going to put this. So anything before O, and then it is going to end with O. So this is the different ways that you can apply the criteria and use the sum if formula. The next video we're going to be looking at the sum ifs, which is based on multiple criteria. Let us also look at another example here, because if you see sum if in the sum range, if you see, it is optional. Anything in square brackets is optional in Excel. So why is it optional, and which scenario would we use it as optional? So maybe I want to find out only the sum of, let me remove the filters first. Okay, I want to find out the sum of the totals which is only greater than a certain value. That is when this would become optional. So for example, I want to find out the sum of the totals which is greater than 10,000. So in that case, it is going to be just these two values, right? Everything else is below 10,000. So I want to find out the sum of the total which is greater than 10,000. So I would use is equal to sum if, what is my range? This is my range, comma, my criteria. I'm going to put that in double quotes, greater than 10,000. And in earlier scenarios, if you see, we were choosing the sum range. Why? Because that was different from your criteria range. But in this case, my criteria range is the same as my sum range. So I don't need to do this. So if I just do this, you will see I have the sum of these. And if I select these two, you will see I have sum of, let me see if there is anything else that is greater than, no, greater than 10,000. Let me filter that and check. Let me also, oops, I made a mistake here. If you see it is greater than 1,000, that should be greater than 10,000. And now you will see we have 80,000 as a value, and that is what we have here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And if you are interested in learning any other videos or any other formulas, please let me know in the comments as well. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any videos. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.